used to, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so you're saying you feel like they take too long?
No, they just don't feel right, which is again vague, doesn't make any sense, but that's just how they feel.
Don't
I don't know what
feel
to say other
right.
than
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I'll have to think about that.
I'm trying to like, because again, like as I said, I play the game a lot, but I don't actually play full games a lot, right? So in the past like few weeks, I've probably played like two full games, two, three full games, maybe.
Hmm.
So I'll be able to form a better opinion the more I play it. But I just haven't, like, even when I'm playing full games, I haven't really like sat down and be like, oh, let me kind of look at the experience as a whole and whatever.
Okay. Um, let me see here. Okay. Well, good. Looks good to me. It looks like we're live. Good in that department. Okay.
Right.
So, yes. Okay. I have this up and running, but I'm not doing that quite yet. Yeah. I'll get my notepad out and, as I'm playing this version of the game, and despite the fun shenanigans taking place, I will also try to look at it like critically to see if
Oh, you mean like
yeah,
the
because
visuals
this
and
is
all
the
that?
Halloween build, right? Yeah.
Also, would you be able to share your screen directly from Discord? I know you're streaming already, but I hate watching that because of that delay.
Okay.
If that's something
Yeah. No.
that wouldn't
Yeah, I
affect
can do
it.
that.
Okay.
Begins taking. Oops. Okay. You have my stream, okay?
Yes.
Oh, that's great. Did you add materials on this?
I'm
That's hilarious.
I wanted to, yes, to make
Customize it a little bit.
fucked up, yeah.
That's hilarious. Oh, I can't just that stuff. But
I mean, yeah, this is temporary.
yeah,
One
we'll
day
play Aranor first match, obviously.
Oh no, I took off that from here. Also, I fixed that sequence of like match finishes. You can go back to the main menu and play again and all that.
We have that one
So again,
shader thing happening.
one shader thing. What
That
do you
where
mean?
the black like stuff with the big white lights. No, I'm not seeing it. We're good. Okay. Anyways.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in the build.
Ooh,
I just see it in
nice.
the editor.
One
The
minor
lights are
change. I
better,
think
right?
the zombies have a
Right then.
walk
Let's get started.
that is exclusive to them. Either that or they're supposed to use the weak walk that the slogs do. So a very minor. Yeah, I'm not even. Who cares? I'm not concerned with that. Let's make
Yeah,
harvesters.
it's more things I'm gonna have to revert in a day, so I'd rather just.
Where's the gold at?
Yeah, okay, so does the match start at night or does it stay at night?
Stay.
Right then.
Nice.
Let's get started.
Yeah,
I think this looks
added
cool.
like a new toggle. Yeah, I added a new toggle that like disables
Let's get
the
started.
movement of the day-night cycle. So I just set it at the time, and now it's disabled. Yeah, and this I did like rebaking of the light or whatever. Things like changed weirdly after I did that. Everything got like darker or whatever, and I had to change. I played around with some light settings and things like that to get it to look decent. Also, the game, as I said, there's aggressive anti-aliasing now, and VSync is on by default, so the game is locked at I think at 60 frames if I'm not mistaken. A second.
Okay. Yeah,
Which is,
my
like,
biggest thing
looks
to
great.
patch in tomorrow would be the updated harvester count thing.
Oh, I forgot about
Otherwise,
that.
we're gonna have to like keep explaining it to people, and they're not gonna like catch on.
Yeah.
Ready for work.
I'll make that dynamic so scales up with outposts as well.
Very great idea. Yeah. To that. Yeah, as a placeholder. So this soundtrack that we're listening to right now is a placeholder. This is just for that fun, because it has like that kind of fun spookiness to it. So
Yeah.
this is from Fable.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Fair enough.
Can you tune into the stream real quick and make sure that it sounds good or is looking good? Because on OBS for me it looks like I'm running at like 5 frames a second. I want to make sure that's not what it actually looks like on YouTube.
Okay. Some weird stuff happened on my browser. Okay, let me try my iPad.
Like,
The
yeah,
game looks fine,
yeah.
but
Are we
then
moving
our
at?
faces are moving at 5 frames a second sometimes.
Okay, so that is accurate. Okay.
Unfortunately, yes. Okay, figure out fix it. I can't curse. I forgot. Oopsie. Sorry, algorithm.
Yeah, try not to curse. Yeah. Let me see here. Maybe it's great. That's great. The lighting is really cool at night.
Yeah, I agree. I think I don't know. Okay, so honestly, like I cannot even emphasize how much. Although usually I don't care about visuals, but the anti-aliasing thing was bothering me for a long time. I just thought like the game just looked weird as soon as you zoom out even a little bit, and now it's a lot more solid.
Mm-hmm. Ow.
There's the worst. I've fixed a lot of little things that I've seen, especially. I'm sure you've seen that bug. I don't know if it's completely fixed, but I think it is. I think it's mostly fixed. Where like one footman will be chasing somebody, and then they're like, they keep raising the sword and putting it down like in a loop.
Yeah.
It's really ugly, but I think that's fixed now. The only things that are still remaining that are pretty bad are that ineffectiveness of the wall. That's still not fixed, and then the they stand around sometimes instead of attacking. That's again, that's a symptom of. There's a lot of issues that lead to that.
Holy fuck! I mean, holy poop! That's
Holy
the sound
moly.
that I'm hearing. Yeah, that's the sound that I'm hearing. There's a sharpshooter down here attacking my wall. Well, he's about to get punked on. Reach him? Yeah. Oh, you got stunned, bro. Uh-oh. I got too close. Oh, is there a wolf right here? Oh my goodness. Darn it.
Wow.
That's alright.
He did good. I'm proud of that sharpshooter.
He is doing good, yeah.
Ready for work.
Yeah, but he's about to get punked on hard.
Ready for
Okay, he is going into like a collider or something that I cannot reach. You punk.
Ready? Where's the
I stabbed him to death. Ooh, happy Halloween! This is so cool. I love the vibes and the colors of this. This is fun. Oh, okay, there we go.
My blades are ready.
Where's the gold at?
Halloween music? Huh? Scared. Maybe it's the other guys fighting. Like an outpost or something.
Yeah. That's probably something.
Pumpkins.
Where's the gold?
I wish I had time in this build. It exceeded the allotted like threshold of how much we could be scrolling around. I would have done an emissives layer and added that to the pumpkin faces so they would all glow in the dark a little bit. But I just did not have enough time to do that for such a...
To be honest, it's really not worth it.
Exactly.
All, yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those somebody's gonna look at. It's not gonna pay attention to details like that, anyways.
Woo! Ooh, get shredded. Ooh, yeah, daggers are goated. You guys should be shooting. You guys aren't doing anything.
Yeah, that's the biggest. Well, not the biggest. The wall is bigger, but this is the second biggest, most annoying bug in here. Is that I notice archers and stuff. Sometimes they just stand around instead of they attacking. I'm sure if I spend some time looking into it, I'll figure it out. But I haven't tried, to be honest. Okay, I'm just gonna spend a few minutes of silence here to finish this recommendation text thing.
Where's the fight?
That's their economy.
Report.
Target marked.
Ready for battle. Right then, let's get started.
Oh, yeah.
Right then, let's get started. Archer reporting. Right then, let's get started. Where's the gold? Where's the gold?
Target.
Our base is under attack.
Base is under attack. Ooh! That's where they all are.
Where are our enemies? Where are our enemies? Reporting for duty.
Ooh.
Ready for battle.
You know, I would argue that for it not feeling right, I think it's the, like, 10 layers of polish that are missing, not the balance values. Like,
I think so. Yeah, like it doesn't. When I hit something, it doesn't feel like I hit something.
it's because of the sound and art of particle effects and the lack of polish with the player control. Like, when you take impacts, there should be subtle screen shake. There should be, like, when you're low on health, there should be, like, blood on the corners of your screen. We should have
Ready for battle.
the, like, all of the sound effects and, like, hit sounds and, like, the characters, like, grunting. Like there's so many layers of, like, polish that are missing here, I think, for
Where's the fight?
the combat. That would be what I would be looking at.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I think that would make a big difference.
Yeah, I mean we're coming up on that stuff very soon, so
Where's the gold?
big old pass of that.
Ready for work.
Oh boy. I'm just gonna rush your economy.
The storm has arrived. Where my blade is ready.
I fixed the health bar.
Nice.
Feel really weird in the past few builds. And I'm sure, I mean, you noticed I'm sure, but damage numbers and the impact particles, whatever. The few things we had that indicated hits, because without those, it was even worse.
Mm-hmm.
The storm has arrived.
Where's the gold at?
That is funny that you just walked right through. It still affects
Yeah,
the player, but I guess I could just jump over it. There you go.
I mean, but you could always jump over it, isn't it?
Yeah. I could have. I think the it was I was meant to double check here real quick. Yay. Hold on. Not really units. People are getting a behind the scenes look of. Let me see here. It was. Garrison health to 10,000 from 5,000, armor to 12. I don't think that was implemented. Oh, yeah. Also, I didn't properly enter the new values for the structures, their health and armor. So right now, the garrison's health in-game is 5,000. It should be 10,000. And I think its armor is 10. It should be 12. So if you want to add those in real quick...
Sorry, give me 1 second because I was not listening to the numbers. I'm just testing this real quick. The recommendations
essentially,
and then we'll move on to the second thing.
I'll paste this, but I don't think any of these have been entered in properly.
That's fine. Easy too. Because it's interesting that because it's night all the time now, the wolves are always sleeping.
Oh yeah. A lot better is what you're saying. Yeah, well, so do I need to do a force restart for the bad victory?
Yeah, what happened there? How did you get here?
I just won.
Oh, interesting. If you press escape or anything does okay.
No,
Then
yeah, I wasn't doing anything. I was pressing all the keys.
interesting.
Yes, Dexter, the balance is a lot better. Um, we're kind of in a situation right now, I'd say, with the balance, which we've had these conversations internal, but I'll mention it to anyone who's listening. We're in our current predicament is I think that in order for us to truly, you know what, this would be a small thing too, Ziad, the fact that the camera like automatically at the start of every match like forces you into this bottom left hand corner. We know where the bases are. We're really familiar with the map, but that might be really confusing to people who are playing it tomorrow. So if we can get this match start to make sure that the camera is like perfectly, centered in front of their base like this or whatever, that would be another
If you
great.
could drop a quick note just so I don't forget.
Yeah.
Please, no more. Please, no more. I must obey.
Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, so yeah, you guys get people get to play this at our Halloween party tomorrow. This exact build, that's what we're testing right now. We're testing a Halloween, like a special funny Halloween version of the build. Usually there's not a bunch of pumpkins in the background of this map, and this is not the official game soundtrack. There is not our characters don't have jack-o'-lanterns on their heads, so this is an exclusive, like, private Halloween build of the game that we'll be having at a Halloween party that we're having tomorrow. But yeah, the problems that we're having right now is that the balance is as good as we can tell, but without the AI and or other players, like once we implement multiplayer fully, without those things here to kind of push the game's systems to their limits, it's hard to definitively tell if the game's balance is in a great place or not. I can confidently win matches playing as both factions right now, neither of which feel like overpowered or anything like that. So I'd say that's a good early sign, but it's certainly not definitive. Yeah, I'm totally digging on these Halloween vibes. What we'll do, Ziad, is we'll probably like, during the full launch or something like that, we could have like, the week of Halloween or something, or the week of Christmas, we could have like a Halloween or like a holiday like event toggle that's like turned on. And people could like maybe uncheck it if they want to, but it'll be turned on by default, and we could have like some silly little skins that just kind of activate seasonally.
That would definitely be cool.
Mm-hmm. I think so too. Let me see if we'll see if that affects performance at all. Halloween music. Oh, okay. You're coming again, are you? Get out of here, you punk. Oh, you're actually just trying to come in and fight. Okay. Let's go. Yeah, voltage is the best, obviously. It's... Oh, he's trying to run now. He's being a punk. Get back here. I am Michael Myers. I'm going to hunt you down. Okay, he can kind of move a little bit faster than me. Where are you going? I'm just going to hunt this guy.
I think you're moving the same speed as like
Yeah, no, I think Legionnaires are technically supposed to be slightly slower. So I think...
Are they?
Yeah.
I don't
But
remember the
he's about to get cornered, so he's about to get punked on. I just cut him in half. That was great. Slaughtered. Okay. Faster training. I want a blacksmith. I want a factory. I want a watchtower. I want archers on my walls.
I don't engage with structures as much as I should, to be honest. What I'm testing, I don't.
Yeah, it's.
Honestly, I just don't feel like I need them. If I'm being completely honest.
Oh well, yeah, you don't, but that's because the game's just too easy right now. But you can bet your butt, like once we start fighting, players and/or more difficult AI, that'll be those will make a huge difference.
Absolutely. But they're not very important at the moment.
So will building be in the actual game? Let me see. Yes, there's building, but it's not like free build like in a traditional StarCraft. Every faction has 5 structures that they can build, and you can only build 3 of them per match. So, for example, I had 3 plots here. I had different structure choices to choose from. I chose to go with a blacksmith, a factory, and a watchtower. Each one of these has perks. So a blacksmith increases armor and damage. A factory reduces the gold cost of your units and increases reduces their training time as well. And then the watchtower helps provide an even larger cone of vision on the map or whatever. And you can research upgrades at your structures to further improve those benefits. Your garrison that you have also has upgrades. Like, for example, this is how you unlock additional tiers of units. This is how you can unlock like multi-train, so you can train multiple units at the same time. So essentially think of it like this. If your faction has 5 structures, but you're only allowed to build 3 per match, that means ultimately there's going to be 2 that you're going to miss out on. So you have to choose which 3 you want, and or which 2 you don't want. No matter what happens, you can't have everything, so you're going to have to make a choice every match. The way we like to think of it is like a streamlined building where, you don't have to do like this in-depth like sandbox building all over the map, because this game is more focused around action combat, and that would just make it too micromanagey. And I do think that there will also be a higher emphasis placed on like neutral objectives that you will capture out further on the map too. But that's not necessarily a factor on this map in particular. Yeah, we don't want. We're trying to reduce the amount of micromanagement. That's not really what this game is about. It's more about macro management. It's more about like the big broad strokes of controlling an army, and streamlining that and making that quicker and simpler and faster. So that way you can spend more of your time controlling units and fighting with them. Because like the action combat that we have here is really the more of the selling point, as opposed to standard traditional like RTS like micromanagement. There's a lot of RTSs that do that, but there's not a lot of RTSs that let you kind of control a flamethrower unit, left click, hold, and then aim your flamethrower. Like it's going for something else as opposed to a traditional RTS. So let me see here. I want more multi-training. I want more weapons. I want faster training times. I want more gold is what I want. Okay, I hear this Halloween music, which means somebody somewhere on this map is fighting right now. It's not me. But by the way, guys, like the sound is like, I cannot emphasize enough 2 things. 1, this is a Halloween build, so none of this is like canon, so to speak. And 2, the sound has hardly been touched in the game at all. That's like that's coming up in a couple of weeks. So the sound design is like not there right now. Not what it should be. But let me catch up on chat. I can also see the middle bottom of the stream. Oh, I see. Yeah, you can't see me training units. It's just little cards down here. You'll see tomorrow, but it's little like unit training cards and the little structure training cards. This little panel right here in the middle is just the here's something I'll point out, Ziad. No talking head frames. They're gone / missing right now.
Yeah, I forgot to re-enable them. There was some bug after that spine migration, so I just disabled them temporarily and never re-enabled them.
I beg you.
Okay, we got a decent size. don't really have it. I'll tell you what, we can scout as the Silencer. It's an assassin unit. It's a little invisible orc. I'm gonna send this guy out, and he's gonna go with this little pumpkin head. That's so funny. He is going to. We're gonna see where the enemy base is and see if we can't go harass them. No. I know we have a fellow StarCraft player in chat right now, so you know, cheesing the enemy's economy, making sure that you can cripple them sufficiently. You understand the goal. Okay, so they already cleared out this expansion of. I almost feel obligated to just build on top of it then. Why not? Why not? It's not letting me build here. I'm assuming.
If you're invisible, it doesn't let you build.
Oh, I see.
Attack or whatever, and then it'll let you build.
Okay.
Intentional.
I really need to increase my supply. I'm like capped right now. Zealot Rush. Like, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, the most crazy. What was it called as? Like when you would like rush like or turrets on Protoss. That was crazy. Ooh, I am under attack. We need to go back and solve that problem right away. Yeah, except my supply is capped, so I can't like build any. Ah! It's alright, we got this. I just gotta run my butts back all the way back over here. Yeah, archers are kind of spotty. You see these ones just standing right here, Ziad?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
I mean, it's to my benefit right now, so I'm not gonna complain.
Yeah,
But
there you go.
yeah. Uh-oh. Okay, until I actually, you know what? We're just gonna have to suicide bomb these guys. We're going in. Ah! That did hardly any damage. Holy crap! That needs to be buffed. What happened there? That did like 2% of their health. That was a shame to the brothers everywhere. There we go. Cook them. Cook them. Cook them. Cook them.
Let's make this quick.
Whoa, where are all my characters going? What the hell is that? Is that...
We are under attack.
What is... Why am I moving so slow?
I think it's stuck in like walk animation or something.
That is weird. And like he's like totally running, but attacking at the same time. And he's like clearly still prioritizing like his scouting pattern without like either just full on running or stopping to engage and defend himself.
That's one of the like annoying things with the AI right now is sometimes it like keeps issuing move commands, so they're moving instead of like actually attacking, or like sticking to whatever target they're attacking. It's one of the things that need to be improved.
Well, here's the bug. It looks like I've lost 2 of my wall archers, but I can't train anymore.
I have seen that, yes. Let me
Good news is that I have a lot of gold.
It could be related to that button disappearing.
We don't have enough supplies.
That it just never comes back, even when it needs to.
We need to take the fight to these guys. They're actually doing a decent amount of
We are under
damage
attack.
here. You're under attack. Oh, I see. Yeah, well, I'm on my way, so you're gonna regret messing with me.
It looks like he's having a hard time.
Oh,
Deciding what to do.
he says
I
I've
was not
seen
expecting that.
napkins do more damage than that. The suicide bomb dive that I did.
Yeah.
We need to like
that is
20x that. I don't understand how it did.
I don't know if it's the value or something with the calculation specifically, because there's like that logic where it tapers off based on distance, if I'm not mistaken, and that could be not being
Like,
applied correctly.
Even
That's a
with my
possibility.
recent balance pass, I know I didn't touch that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
because the intent is for, if you're sacrificing an entire unit for that ability, then it should be
It has
really
to be.
strong.
Right,
Yeah. And that's not like a cheap unit like the Vile in the Lichborn faction. No, that's the Incinerator. It's kind of expensive. He's, 510 gold, so he should be worth it. There we go. Magma Fence. Going like full elites right now. Supply limit again. I get it. Okay, jeez. Okay. Let's go attack these punks. Playing as my hero unit right now. Fuck these guys. Damn, Dargold does damage with his swings. Holy smokes. Feels good. Oh my god, and I'm gonna fight their hero unit. Oh my god. Friends, help me. Oh my god. It's getting like really dark. Oh, it's getting really dark because the storm stage is storm. That's why. It's like stacking on top of our darkness of night. Dude, I am just chopping. I am like Jason Voorhees right now. I'm like an axe murderer, just cutting through guys. Oh my god, their army is massive.
Yeah, they're really good. Like once they build their first big army, they have momentum.
Okay. Oh my god, they're still cooking though. Oh my god, it's a mess. It is an absolute slaughter. A Griffin up there is wigging out. There's nothing I can do against him. I am not air. Sorry, I got sharpshooters coming up. They'll take care of him.
You see how they disappeared in the storm?
Did they? Oh, yeah, they did. Which means I can still see their freaking arrows coming out, though. Punks.
Is that not intended?
No, that is. No, that's intended.
Yeah.
I'm
that's,
just...
yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm expressing my anger.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm about to murder this guy. No more storm. No more. So my sharpshooters can do their job. Oh my god! Sharpshooters, come on! Do your job.
Yeah, they're doing. I mean, they're attacking.
They just
but
built
it's
like
bunch
a
of griffins.
lot of griffins though. That's the only
Yeah.
problem.
The AI, it has a tendency to do things like that sometimes. I still don't know. I haven't like explored why, but as an example, like one of the matches that had like so many incinerators, it was honestly not even fair at that point. I had almost 200 supply to do wipe me.
You guys want some? You want some? How about you? You want some? Absolutely melted.
Where's the entertainment?
No way you're still alive. By the way, I don't think the heat is like working right now. I think magma fins have infinite heat.
Let's do this.
Oh my
Like
God.
I see the heat bar appear above their head, but it disappears immediately.
I forgot. I'm pretty sure I disabled that when I was doing some casting. I was fixing something and I just was annoyed that it kept...
Flynn Aaron versus a magma fin. We're gonna see what happens. can I melt him? I think he's kind of chunking me. Magma Fit might be good, but not as good as a hero unit. Oh no, I'm hurting him. Magma spray, unlimited magma spray is very good.
That comes in handy, yeah.
Yeah. There's a reason that there's a fuel on that. All right, sharpshooters. Oh, are you one of those infinite? This is one of those infinite griffins right here.
Yeah, that I still don't know why. It's
Yeah,
happening.
that one is a super big pain.
Yeah. For you, yeah.
For me right now, yeah.
Yes.
We're just dumping gold into a massive army. All right, guys, let's go. This magma vent is not doing. Yeah, I can think there's just kind of like maybe it's damage class units or something specifically, but there is like a general kind of. It's a little bit of a what's it called, a reoccurring bug. Sometimes units will either stand around and not do anything, or like prioritize like movement and like ignore you. Either way, they're not like standing and engaging with something like they should.
Yeah, as I've explained, it's more of it's a symptom of a lot of things. Is the thing. That's why we keep seeing it come back, because there's a lot of things that if any of the sequence of them targeting, moving over there, attacking, whatever, if any one thing breaks, that results in them standing. You know.
Charge! Oh yeah. My little pumpkin head's sitting right there. That's okay. It's not meant to. Oh! Look at him. He's champion spamming. That's funny. Get the AI champion spamming. I really need to set up these effects properly, but you know that's fine for now.
Let's do this.
We'll get to all of that.
We did it! Yay! Victory! Yay! The victory screen is a heartbroken right now. Heartbroken.
Okay, I'll have to see. You play with Airnor the first time?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll test it out on my
Yeah, I'm pressing every button on the keyboard. It's not doing anything. Alright. That was super fun. Victory screen, pretty much. Structure health values, and the camera adjustment, and the harvester rate thing. Unpopular opinion. Oh boy, here we go.
Harvester rate thing? What are you talking about?
The whole, the recommended harvesters like thing.
Oh, okay, I finished that.
Oh, okay.
That's one thing down at least. Okay. Okay, 7,500.
Now I'm going to get back to the real thing. That
The upgrade costs are already reduced, and then we just need the.
Oh, so you think the main base should go down quickly? I feel like you saw it go down quick, but you don't even realize how quick the main base will go down right now at 5k health. It goes down really quick. I wouldn't want the main base health to be so low that like somebody could just like swoop in with some griffins or something and take it out, you know, in a few seconds. Like I feel like right now the garrison just kind of goes down like a wet napkin, you know. By the time you get to the main base, I mean that's a fair point, but I feel like if you want to delete a base in seconds, should it not mean that you have a really good army? Because I had kind of like maybe a third of what you could build, and I still ate the base in seconds. Like we're talking, but now if you had a maximum sized army and you got to the base, sure, tear it down in 6 seconds. So I'm fine with that. But like in that particular scenario that you saw in my first match or whatever, like that wasn't me with a full army. That was me with me like a third of our army, and I still destroyed the garrison really quickly. So yeah, I mean, who knows? I'm not even sure 10,000 health will be enough of a buff. Maybe before the game is done, it'll need even more than that. But anyways,
And also the health of the garrison, once it goes down, you can't really restore it in any kind of way.
yeah, there's no
So
repairing
I
your
think,
garrison. Like once it loses health, it's gone. Like that's it.
yeah, so that's another thing where it should have, because if you take out half its health, it's just gone forever. And next attack, you just gonna need to take out the the second happens. So I think it is a good balance here.
The outpost you killed it initially took forever. I mean, yeah, so like maybe the outpost, you said you were basically gonna swap the two. Yeah, so essentially, I mean,
Well, the outposts also suffer from unintended things, bugs, more than anything. Like units are not super effective in attacking them, so you see like a crowd and they're just standing around it and they're not really attacking it. So I think that once that's resolved completely, we'll be able to see more of the balance here.
yeah. Let me see here. Yeah, we just need to get. We need to get like. Like kind of again to kind of. Maybe we can like toy around with the AI enough to get it to a point where it's like, okay, the AI is like so good that we can play against it and get some proper like unit values. We can like do some testing around that. But like honestly, until we implement multiplayer and me versus Ziad or me versus Brenton or Brenton versus Ziad, whatever, it doesn't matter. Like once you put two human beings against each other and they start screwing around with each other with all these units or whatever, then we're really going to find out quickly, like, okay, what are the broken units and what are the well-balanced units? Because human beings want to win, and they're crafty, and they understand the greater meta of the game, and they're going to weaponize whatever tools they have in their arsenal or whatever to achieve that victory, and we'll find out which builds are the most popular, which ones are the most abusable. Like, who knows, maybe like Griffins right now are like super goated or something, but like the AI doesn't utilize them enough because they're not programmed to do so. But like when a player gets that in their hands and they start experimenting with it, they milk that to maximum advantage. So we'll see. So essentially, like what I'm trying to say is that like a lot of our current like unit like health values and damage values and this and this and that, it's based on data that is not super reliable because I'm more so practicing in a vacuum. Like I'll just spawn like 10 footmen and 10 legionnaire, let them all fight each other and be like, gauge the kill times and be like, I think that this should be slightly slower. I think that this should be slightly more. It's all just based off of like little things like that. It's not really based on like good values that have been rigorously tested from like player versus player scenarios, which is, I think, in terms of finding good balance, that's probably where you're going to find that stuff. So for anyone else who's watching right now, like what I have on my screen right here, this is the world map. The reason why I'm working on this is in the campaign that you guys will be playing, there will be a full-on 3D world map of Eldinar, which I'm currently in the process of building. And so the first stream that I did, we like shaped out like the silhouette of the continents, and then the second stream I did like the rivers and lakes and stuff, and now, well, this is technically the fourth stream. The third stream I started on the mountains, and now the fourth stream I'm going to continue to work on these mountains or whatever. I'm mostly focused on Eldor because I know I can kind of plan ahead, and I know that not all, but most of the early factions that we'll be introducing are over here in Eldor. So that is kind of an important portion of the map to complete and get right. So I'm just using my original like map that I made as a reference. It's kind of underlaid underneath the floor right here. I can sink it or raise it. And I'm just kind of tracing based off of this and based off of like my hunches, my guts, and I'm getting the mountains of this out. Because once you play a single player campaign, you'll start your camera right here, and you'll use WSD. You can move your camera around like a fully realized 3D world of the game it'll have like trees and the cities and all this stuff. And in this overworld campaign map, you'll be able to like select your upgrades, unlock new units, unlock new structures, customize your faction, and you'll be able to choose where you want to invade next as you slowly branch out and conquer the entire world map. Because Conquest of Eldinar, this is Eldinar, you're gonna conquest it. So there it is. That's the game. Anyways, preference. Where was I? Let's think about this for a second. That's probably a bit much. Okay. I need to get rid of this for a second and just look at this as a whole. So I can see the world of Eldinar in my head. I just have to output that into this world here. Okay. I'm assuming you don't really need my stream anymore, Ziad.
I do.
I just need to go in blind for a little bit. Not rely too much on the reference. That's what rules are made for, to be broken.
I never understood that saying. Why do people say that? Rules are meant to be followed. What the fuck? Sorry.
Well, let me
Why
see.
is that a thing?
Rules are made to be broken. Rules are made to be broken. Can't wait to play it. Yeah. Right, card show. Oh yeah, you should bring some of your cards tomorrow. I not only would I love to see them, but I'm sure Lindley would love to see them as well, and maybe Ziad. So Ziad, my cousin Dexter, he's been collecting really like rare like Pokemon like card trading and stuff. Like I don't know too much about it, but from what he's expressed, it's like really interesting. How much some of this stuff goes for is like crazy. It's crazy how much people
I
get these
hear I
cards
hear
for.
about these kind of things. I don't know too much about it, but will be dope to see it.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to meeting you, Dexter.
Uh, yeah, I think it's cool. I would in another lifetime. Like for me it was like I guess I'm like biased. Like for me when I was a kid, I didn't have Pokemon cards, but I did have the World of Warcraft trading cards because I was obsessed with World of Warcraft. I'll always to an extent, you know, be obsessed with World of Warcraft, but not so much nowadays from like a gameplay perspective. But yeah. Yeah, good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Let me see here. What's the? There we go.
I was obsessed with Yu-Gi-Oh cards. That's
Oh,
what I
Yu-Gi-Oh!
collected.
Nice. Hey, they always had the coolest backs. The spiral on
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's a cool back. That's a very iconic design. Yeah.
My aspirations as a kid was I'm gonna grow up in that. I'm gonna full-time dual Yu-Gi, but didn't work out unfortunately.
Oh yeah, no. You say dual full time? That's
yeah,
hilarious.
that's what I wanted to do when I was like 5. I'm like, I'm ready for this.
I feel like yeah, not that we should say too much on stream, I guess. Who cares? But I feel like you mentioned like Lichborn like a week or two ago. Is that something that you feel like you will be getting started soon, or do you have other things that are higher in the queue, you think?
Okay, so if you recall kind of the internal release strategy that no one cares about, so I'm gonna talk about it anyway. But we have, we said we have the 3 deliverables, right?
Yeah.
So D1 was 2 factions, fully playable, polished, right? Do you think
Polished.
we meet that criteria?
No, not yet. No.
There you go. That's all I have
So
to say.
polished.
It's like it has to be like, yeah, it has to have good polish. It's how do I put it? It's like if we put out a demo and it's just those 2 factions, we should be proud of that demo, right?
Yeah.
Which right now I don't think we're like, okay, we're close. Let's be honest, we're close.
We're close,
But
but
we
yeah.
still there's kind of like we're at the 95%, and then there's the last 5%, but last 5% is a 90% on its own, you know, type thing.
Yeah. Like a lot of little touches on polish, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of little things. It'll be fun, that's for sure. Because that's like one of those departments where I'd say that like you can get a lot of gains quickly with like a lot of little touches.
Yeah, I totally agree. And with bugs also, that would be another priority.
Oh, like getting the game like cleaned up smoother.
Yep.
Bugs, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that is all very much true. Yeah, I'll be excited to work on a lot of that stuff. You know, I won't lie that the hatchling is going to take up a lot of my time. But I will be excited to see the reception of that. See if the gamble was worth it. We shall see. That is not the button I was trying to press. Whoa! I pressed it again. Okay. Okay. Oops.
Okay, just want to make sure that I'm not forgetting anything here. But what we discussed is changing the structure values, doing the recommendation text, and
Mhm.
then the camera. So the camera should move to the correct position.
Yeah, correct starting
On
position.
start, and then the end screen was broken.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
that'd be
I
a
got
pretty
it.
big one. Yeah, because that, in fact, I would say that that'd be the biggest one because
Yeah, I fixed it early. I was so confused on how it broke again, but right before I sent you the builds, I noticed that there is an issue with cinematic mode. If you turn it on in the builds while you're training a unit, it just does some weird stuff with the UI. It breaks it.
oh, gotcha.
So I did a fix for that, but that fix ended up breaking the victory screen. So I just fixed it.
Awesome.
Okay. Anyways, outside of those, is there anything else that was immediate as far as you've seen?
Mm, no, nothing that's like emergency. Everything else is like, it's passable for a
Yeah.
build. No emergency things. Those would be like even the things that I just listed, right? It's like, are these the most important things in the world? No, but like for new people that haven't played the game before tomorrow, would these be some of the biggest sources of friction? I think so. Yeah.
It's small adjustments that would have the biggest impact, if that makes sense.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
I agree. Honestly, there's a few that I would love to get to as well, like the units standing around and all that kind of stuff.
Sure. Yeah.
I
That's what I
don't
was thinking. Yeah.
know if I'm gonna have the brain power for it. I'll see. But I'm building now. I'm all tested again.
Hmm. Yeah.
Just to make sure that
Will you
everything
have
is
any
fixed
time,
with it.
more time to work on it tomorrow, or not that you need to, but
I don't know yet. I don't
Mhm.
know what tomorrow's gonna look like, to be honest.
well, you know what the latter half of tomorrow is going to look like.
Yeah. I mean, what I'm saying is the first half, because I know there's gonna be like a supermarket run for some things that Yana needs for
Okay.
what she's making, and you know, things like that.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
well, let me take this. I'm so happy that the build times are back to normal. I was so mad.
Nice catch, dude. You're kind of doing this fine guy's job for him at this point. I mean, you're really helping him out, getting their
I mean,
butts in gear.
big change, of course. I don't know if this is like a general issue that like everybody's gonna experience that or specifically related. I don't know exactly, but that's why I reached out to them, because I'm trying to understand like why.
Yeah.
There must be a reason why they're like doing this. It's basically like they're making a call to unload all the assets that are being loaded into memory like before the build starts, and they're doing it like multiple times is what it looks like. But I just don't see a purpose of why we're unloading that. It makes no sense, and it's taking so much time because there's a bunch of assets that are already loaded, and it's weird.
I see.
But I don't know, the past month or so it's been just like, oh, on the face of it, it's not like a lot of things, if that makes sense. Like, oh, yeah, there's the same number of features that we've had,
Yeah.
but the stability and performance and pathfinding and stuff like that is honestly like insane to even think about. Like the
Like
amount of
we've had some insane breakthroughs like the past like 4 weeks. Yeah.
100%. Because those
Yeah.
were the things where I'm just like, oh, I can sit here and I can implement a million new features, but if those things are not resolved, we kind of don't have a game that's working.
Yeah, we're kind of
right?
screwed. Yeah. yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not the case anymore because the pathfinding is like there's no issues with the pathfinding,
Yeah.
and the performance is like you just played the game. Like this is not oh my god like how it
Mhm.
used to be.
Oh yeah.
It's nothing close to that, and they're still like at the very upper limits. If there's a bunch of units and stuff, they're still. But again, like the thing that I'm saying, I will say about optimization is this round of optimization that I've done or whatever. I would say it's like 4 out of 10 compared to like the
Of what
effort,
we can
the
do.
maximum effort. Yeah, 100%. Like this is like,
Nice.
oh, let me just get like the worst offenders and fix them rather than anything.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great to hear. Yeah. Gamers are ruthless, man. They're like, hey, if I ain't running at 60 FPS, uninstall negative C review. you know.
I mean, you
more
know
or
who
less.
does that a lot?
You?
Me.
Yeah.
I don't honestly like if it doesn't perform. I'm super sensitive to like frame drops when I say setup. It just bothers me. Is the thing.
Sure.
So I just don't. I'm not okay with it. The game has to run at 60 or above to be honest. Okay, I'm okay with 45. If it's like solid 45, I can do that, but I can't do 30.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I get behind that. Yeah.
Like on the Steam Deck, 45. If you like lock it at 45 and then leave the refresh rate of the screen at 90 hertz, it looks really good. It's very smooth. But yeah, anything lower than that, I'm not recommending.
I can't believe the Molten Legion marched through all this. It's crazy. Bro, really want this land. my eyes, I'm like staring intensely at this terrain. It's like I feel like I'm like Bob Ross or something to like the act. Not that I'm him. I'm not him, but like like in spirit, like I'm sitting here doing some wild stuff with terrain. I'm just like, oh, just slap a few hills on there and slip a. It's it certainly doesn't look as impressive as one of his paintings, but before this is over, they'll understand what's happening here, like what it is that I'm doing. I have very, very clear vision in my mind of this environment. You disable your webcam?
Trying to fix it. I just realized that
Oh.
it stopped working a few minutes ago.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah,
Oh, there you
I
go.
saw
You're back.
that it was frozen. Okay, great.
I'll let people look at my awesome video wallpaper for a second. I'm just going to use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay. You know what I think? How did you decide where to place the tallest mountain? How do I decide where to place the tallest mountain? Easy. Well, where I haven't even made the tallest mountain yet, but I know where it's gonna be. That's I know this person asking this question has not played Skyrim, but for those of you who out there who are Skyrim players, the Throne of the World, it's like, okay, iconic, you know, big mountain in Skyrim. Essentially, I know that our tallest mountains are going to be North Mara, specifically the Pass of Durandal. That's the tallest mountain in the world, because of course that's what the dwarves live under, is the biggest mountain. So that's going to be that over there. Yeah. I think these could be slightly larger.
I sent you a build, by the way. No need to test it.
Another one? Oh, okay. I see that is the second one. Okay.
But yeah, but at some point you should test it on whatever.
Yeah, I'll test it before bed. And that's that's addressed all the things.
The 4 things or whatever we discussed. Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, I'm actually about to hop off. I need to lay down for a little bit.
Alrighty. I will carry on the good fight.
Sounds good. Have fun with your terrain deformation.
It's a lot of work. I'll get there.
Looks like it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Alright, see you tomorrow.
Okay. See ya.
Gonna move this over there. Okay. I know. Oh, ooh. Love my working music. Low-key Cataclysm soundtrack, World of Warcraft, probably my favorite expansion music. As somebody who has listened to a lot of the World of Warcraft soundtrack, and I mean a lot, something about I think Russell Brower came in and did a lot of work with Cataclysm specifically. I could be wrong about that assertion, but I think that he came in and brought in a lot of strings, like elevated the use of like strings in the score, and you can hear that most dominantly in the Cataclysm soundtrack, and it's so good. Just every track is an absolute banger, and it's like core high fantasy. It's great. The mountains I'm trying to do up here are behind the terrace of Terratum of King, which what is I'm gonna have to Google this real quick right now. Straight up. Terrace definition. Yeah, I could see so the Dragonics have like a made up god, it's called Draxnia and or like Old Eldish, I think it is the name of the language of the Dragonics. And so they have a word called Terratum. And I think that Terratum probably stands for either like essentially terrace or territory. Maybe it's a combination. So you have different you have the Terratum of Kings, the Terratum of Might, the Terratum of Mana, and the Terratum of Dragons. And that's like the 4 kind of major hubs in the Vale of Eldorn. Each one serving some sort of main like structural like purpose in their society. And each one is also affiliated with a specific like house, Dragonics, a house of the Dragonics. So the big families, there's about 4 of them that are the big ones. And you can more or less break them down to like the dragon like scale colorings. So for example, I think the Terratum of Kings is the Agories, that's the pink dragons. which are the most dominant house. And then you have the Terratum of Might, which is the Drufal, the Black Dragons. They're the Slave Masters. Then you have the Terratum of Mana, which is the Mala. And they are the, big magic dragons. And then you have the Terratum of Dragons, which is the, I think they're... what are they called? Just with an A or an R. It's like a... It's not Regaris. It's not... No, that's not it. That's, there's a red dragon family, which are the more naturalistic, chill dragons, and they're the dragon tamers and all that. So pretty cool stuff. There's a lot of Dragonix lore that's been fleshed out. I mean, as one of the more high fantasy original-ish factions, gotta do a lot to make them believable. I'm kind of like internally like conflicted. Like, I mean, yes, the Dragonics should have stairs. I'm sure they walk sometimes, but I imagine there's like an abnormal in a society where here's a perfect analogy for it. In the same way that our current society builds support for handicapped people, that people that are in wheelchairs or crutches or whatever, they can't walk, and so they build elevators and like slopes and stuff like that, so that way it has wheelchair access or whatever. Imagine how our current society builds slopes. That's the exact way in which I imagine the Dragonics would build stairs. Essentially, like that's the only context in which the Dragonics would actually make stairs, because they operate under the logical assumption that every single one of them can fly, and that the only reason somebody couldn't fly is if they were handicapped. So you see how the logic kind of translates over. So that'd be an interesting thing to think about, is in terms of world building, like what happens when you have a society where that everybody can fly? Well, does that change like our perspective on like how and when we build like doors? Or, for example, like do they use are hatches common? Like a ceiling door? Is it because you could fly in through the ceiling and just kind of land in the center of a room? Why do you need to have sideways doors when you could just have a big hole in the ceiling? And it's not going to rain much in the Vale of Eldorn. So you could just fly in and then land right in the center of the room. You wouldn't need stairs that lead up to a traditional door in a society where everybody's flying, or like stairs that lead all the way up to a bedroom or something, when you could just maybe there's a floor or a hole in the floor, and you fly up through it and then land in. Like there's all sorts of like different like unique things I feel like you could do with their kind of the structure of like their buildings, and keeping in mind that this is a completely high fantasy society of Dragonkin. And it's the questions like this that are really interesting to me, and that make me think that this is it. Like, this is why the Dragonics exist. The Dragonics don't exist here to be the obligatory like dragon-based faction, because like the concept of a dragonkin is popular. To me, I've always wanted to that in this it's what the Dragonics are supposed to be. They're supposed to be the most in-depth, like fully realized iteration of a dragonkin race that we've ever had. It's one thing to say, okay, I want to play as a dragon and then give us dragon characters, but then like not have them be like actualized like in that world and in that setting, like fully realized with a really, really in-depth lens of, okay, being a nearly immortal, flying, fire-breathing creature, that is like older than all the other races. You're stronger. You have all these things. Like, how would that realistically play out in a real world setting? Like, where would they live? What would they believe? What would they eat? What would they farm? How would they interact with other races? What would their buildings look like? Like there's so many like questions that you could ask that would flesh that concept out, and I think a much deeper way than what we've seen before in fantasy media. It's essentially like my attempt at like, okay, I want to take that concept that we're familiar with, but I want to really realize it a lot more than I feel like it's been done. In a realistic way, essentially. Yeah, that's my Dragonics rant right there. One more hour left in today's stream. Here's the sweet pig. Hello, piggy. Wanna come sit on the lap? I bet you do. I bet. Oh, hi. Okay. Oh, hello. Immediately laying his sweet little fluffy face down. He's tired. He's had a long, hard day of staring out the window. It's hard work. needs his pets first and foremost, and then I can get back to work. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get comfortable. That looks really cool when it's at a distance with all the mountains and stuff. You know what we could do for fun here that I would not be opposed to real quick? Let's just do like a light pass in the post-processing real quick. I think that might look even prettier to look at. That'll be fun. I'm okay with that. So this is the post-processing right now, which is not exactly accurate. We don't want our fog to be that intense. Oh, hi. Not quite what we're looking for, but okay, we got this. So let's get like a prop in here too, so we can. It's funny. I just want something that we can kind of look at though. Trying to give it an almost like sepia tone like quality because I think that makes it look a little bit more like story and dramatic. It's fun. I think this needs to be adjusted though. Oh, that's cool. Like, as if you were in outer space. That's really cool. Not what we're after, I think, but cool nonetheless. Very neat. Cool. Yeah, I'll probably what's gonna happen. This is just like a general post-processing layer and lighting setup, but I'll probably set up unique volumes for each section on the map. So like the lighting and filters and all this will like subtly change based off of where your camera position is. Cool. I think it looks good enough for me to work with this turned on. It's a little bit more immersive for you guys, a little bit prettier. I mean, I could turn it off. We can go back to this, but like, I think this looks a little prettier, don't you? Aesthetics. Important stuff. Okay. Been doing a lot of the Vale of Eldorn today. Getting really the eastern mountains of Eldor done. Probably a good idea. It's pretty a lot of mountains over there. Pretty important place. Couple volcanoes. Terratum of Dragons. Okay. Very spiky mountains over here. Yeah, the up here, the Terratum of Kings, these mountains up here, this is pretty peak. This is, you know, probably the second or third, like, highest kind of mountain range on Eldinar, as far as I'm aware. Whoa, hi. Whoa, hello. Hi there. Okay. Did you adjust so you could lay on your back and get your tummy rubs? Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're just soaking it up, aren't you? You're distracting me. Yes, you are. You're distracting me. Here I am trying to stream and be productive. And as per usual, you're distracting me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I have you on camera. I have you doing this on camera. They can see. So when I inevitably push the game's release date back yet again, I can point back to this stream and be like, do you guys see what I had to put up with? Yeah. And if anyone goes against me, I'll just call them an animal abuser at that point. I mean, obviously. Shout out to Gavin Heater. This is his favorite track in the World of Warcraft soundtrack. Breath of Alec here. It's I forget what it's called. Is it called Throne of the Four Winds, or Vortex Pinnacle? It's a dungeon in Cataclysm. Is all I remember. It's in Uldum. Guys, he has officially died on my lap. He is dead. You can see his little body laying right there. Don't worry, he went peacefully. And in his sleep, died of happiness on his father's lap. Hi. Being awfully cute right now. He's so gosh darn cute. I can try to show you guys for evidence. Watch. Watch the camera. Yeah. Oops, I gotta turn off the tracking. Okay. Okay, I turn that off. You see that? You see this? I'm just gonna leave it there. Oh yeah, see that's a stretch. That's a good stretch right there. Mm-hmm. The little Nick. Oh yeah. He's dying of absolute blissful happiness right now. Have you ever seen a creature more at peace with its existence than this dog right now? Textures and prop placement will be really fun. Pretty excited to get to those portions because then it will start really coming together. Have you guys got your fill of the dog yet? I can't say his name because then that will wake him. He'll spring into action. I want him to remain as peacefully in bliss as possible. But hopefully you guys we're starting to understand I'm essentially held captive by this pig creature thing. It holds me hostage and makes me love it when I'm supposed to be productive. He loves his like inner thighs, like right here on the leg. He loves that. And right there on the leg. Little chicken legs. Anyways, let's turn this back on. Oh, look at that! It found me. Isn't that crazy that camera can just like move around and stuff? That's pretty cool. Pretty cool camera. Turn our reference back on and see how we're doing. Teardown of Mana's right there. I know you guys can hear that. Oh my god. He is sleeping very hard. He is a ranked competitive sleeper. He's doing legitimate voice acting for the game. Hi. It's okay. It's alright. You're just sleeping. You're just dreaming. Yeah, there's definitely, for anyone who is potentially paying attention to this, as you can see, there's definitely quite a large, you got Aeronor right here, right, which is relatively flat. You have some mountains. Skyhold City's over there. Avorn Forest is right over here to the left. The Trench is over here to the right. It's relatively flat. There's some bumps and stuff here and there. And then we come over here to Orgath, which is this volcanic region. Again, mostly flat-ish. There's a few hills and whatnot, but not crazy terrain kind of elevations. It's a little bit more open. And you head up here to the north. This is the Terratum of Kings. It's actually, we're quite a bit higher. Like if over here is like floor level, you can see it like ascends up. We're going up into this region, and then this region has a lot of like terraces and mountains and high platforms and canyons and dips. It's a dragon zone, so everybody's flying. Not a lot of ground traversal going on. Oh hi, hi there. Are you adjusting? Mm-hmm. Oh my god. You're being too cute right now. He's peaking. He's peaking. He's like dialing it up. I don't think he wants me to work on the game right now. Hi. Mm-hmm. I see. Yeah, you're such a good boy. Mm-hmm. Such a good boy. Yeah. His little tail is wrapping around my arm like an anaconda. It's a little pug tail. But yeah, moral of the story. Dragonics like to live in high places. Because... Anyone want to answer that? I don't know. Nobody's here. Nobody's going to answer that. Why would a dragon like to live in a high place? If somebody's watching this stream, answer it. Answer that question. Because I have a very specific answer in my mind. I'm not just joking. That is true. That is one answer, but there's one more. Think about the mechanics of flying. Why would you want to live in a high place? But yes, that answer is also correct. So I think that you're speaking specifically from like a tactical defense kind of perspective, which is also correct. Like hypothetically, if somebody were to invade the Vale of Eldorn, that would give them an advantage fighting on their home turf. But to be honest, they're not really afraid of that. They fear nobody. They don't really fear siege in that sense. Maybe they should. That's their own hubris. But what's another reason, another advantage for potentially living in a high place is somebody who can fly? All right, time's up. Here's my answer to that. I think that the reason why if you're a flyer, you want to live in a high place. For example, birds, maybe in a bird's nest. I could be stretching there. I'm not exactly like somebody who studies birds, but if you're a flyer and you live in a high place, then it gives you an immediate vantage point for a takeoff, because now you can dive off of that high point and have a lot of falling room between you and the floor. So now you can glide down, catch all of that wind, and then zip right back up again. You have a great vantage point to like pick up, what are those called, like falling force winds or something, or whatever, like allows you to get like a speed boost essentially. Pretty much any video game where I can play as like flyer. Maybe I'm speaking video game logic here, but like, you can, like the griffins in Ark, you can, by angling them down, they'll start to do like a dive, and then they'll pick up a bunch of speed, and then you angle it back up again, and you'll carry that speed with you to get like a huge forward momentum, like speed boost by picking up all of like that gravity speed. So if you live in a tall tower, a Dragonix tower, if you lived in a mountain up here, like zipping downwards with gravity, instead of having to flap your wings to then get to a high point and then dive down, if you just start off at a high point, then first of all, you're harder to siege. Second of all, it's going to allow your own travel to go somewhere new. It's going to allow you to start that process a lot quicker. Hell, I imagine they probably have some light like portal magic and stuff that allows them to, at the base of buildings or whatnot, that like teleport them to the top floor. Just that way you don't have to like fly all the way up. The way that I imagine the Dragonix like flight capabilities is that it definitely like consumes stamina and strength, and they have a lot of stamina and strength, but not an infinite amount. So like, in the same way that you're like doing rows or something at the gym, it's like, just imagine like you're using these shoulder arms to flap these big wings and carry your heavy body. Like, that's something that these guys can certainly do a lot, because they are a very strong race, but you can't do it forever. Like, it consumes stamina and energy. And fun fact, like it really does actually play a part in warfare as well. I just realized something, and I should probably take this into account. I just feel like that would be too broken. Certain Dragonics units, I just realized this. Wow. So on the Dragonics roster, generally speaking, it's more of the heavy armored units that can't fly, and that's because the lore reasoning for this is that their armor's too heavy. So it's like, yeah, Dragonics can fly, but unless you want to be like a really heavily armored Dragonics, then you can't fly because it's just too much weight to carry all that armor. So like a unit like the Impaler, for example, has much lighter armor because this is a flying Dragonics unit, but it trades armor and defense for its maneuverability. In this instance, its ability to fly for longer periods of time. But like the warrior can't really do that. I will give it like a glide though. So any map that we have that has elevation, you'll be able to jump off of a ledge with that unit, and they'll be able to glide down and negate any kind of like fall damage or anything like that. So at the very least, they get that, which will be pretty cool. This dog is like, he's in peak comfort. He has not pigged out on me this hard in a long time. Okay, let me turn this off for a second and get a good old big look at it. I do feel like we did a decent amount here today. Essentially, for those who have not been watching the whole time, essentially what we did was... We touched up this area a little bit, but what we really did was all of this. That was our main focus, and I think we did a really good job. Because that area had a lot. Oh yeah, we also added this. Yeah, we flew around a little bit, touched up some certain things, but this area in particular had a lot of detail. And so we did all that today. So, yeah, I mean, and in my defense as well, for the first hour, we were also playing the game. So, doing some testing on a little Halloween build. But, yeah, I mean, we're getting there. I think maybe next time we'll focus on more Dune a little bit. Get this kind of southern area done. But we're getting close-ish. Maybe even a little bit of Scalovia too. Probably not, actually. That's not very important. Yeah, I mean... about this. Yeah. You can pretty much ignore the north for now, and still Wraith and all that. I feel like I want to really, spoiler alert, like maybe I'll make an announcement at a later date, but I do know what the official, like race like queue is in terms of like which races are going to get done and when, what the official development pipeline is for the races. So, I mean, you can already tell, for example, clearly we're placing a larger emphasis on getting Eldor done, because that's the first thing that I did. Things that are 100% confirmed are Aranor, the Molten Legion, and the Lichborn. We know that these are the first 3 races. Now, outside of that, that's for me to know and you guys to find out. What I will say is I will probably be putting some more detail and emphasis in this region as well, because those are coming up as well. So yeah, and I want to have, I'm not really going to do the entire map in this first pass. I'm going to do it sequentially, like over time, as we continue to release updates. So I just really want to put emphasis on the areas that I know are coming up in the near future. Because who knows, maybe this launches next year and I need to have specific areas on this map done. So I want to save development time and resources and focus on those. So yeah. Interesting. Okay. Well, guys, it looks like I completed about a whole zone in a stream. So if we're talking about the elevation in particular, I think that means that Cragath is going to be crazy though. I'd say at the very least, we're doing though. I think that we have another 2 to 3 streams of terrain elevation to do. So we'll be working on the terrain elevation pretty much almost through November. But after we get through that, we'll switch over to like actually start texturing the environment. And then the last thing will be props. So trees, rocks, grass, and then the very, very last thing will be like the little like cities and stuff that we put down in the environment. But I might put some placeholders there in the meantime. So yeah, anyways, that is pretty much all that I got for you guys today. Thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate you guys watching as always. Don't forget, tomorrow night, 10 p.m., we are launching a Halloween special, or releasing posting a Halloween special on the MythWard Entertainment YouTube channel. The first 15 comments on that video are automatically entered into a raffle, which I will draw during next week's stream. And you guys have a chance to win some art prints of some of the Lichborn characters in celebration of Halloween. Of some Lichborn characters, we will ship those out to you guys. All you got to do is be one of the first 15 comments on that video, and you are entered into that raffle. And me and our other artists, we will sign off on those. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, and I will catch you next week. Goodbye, everybody.